There's a Filipino saying that pertains to one's ability or even willingness to just make do with what you have if the situation does not permit you to have or do more. Such is the case of the Department of Trade and Industry, which was allotted less funding under the 2023 national budget. Jillian Geronimo has the full details.
As it faces lower funding in 2023, the Department of Trade and Industry admitted it would need to rely on public-private partnership to develop micro, small, and medium enterprises, which are considered the backbone of Philippine economy. Based on the National Expenditure Program, the DTI's proposed budget is at 19.99 billion pesos, 9% lower compared to its funding under the 2022 General Appropriations Act at 21.94 billion pesos. 13.47 billion pesos, a huge chunk of the proposed budget, is allocated to the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, although it is no longer considered an attached agency of the DTI. Trade Secretary Alfredo Pascual said funding for the Department of Agriculture was augmented, explaining why the DTI's budget was cut. This as the Marcos administration is looking into prioritizing food security in the country.
But it would be ideal if we could get funding from to be added to our budget for the support of MSMEs.
During the budget hearing, House lawmakers recalled that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in his State of the Nation address tasked the DTI to strengthen MSMEs to keep the country's economic growth momentum. Albay 1st District Representative Edsel Lagman then questioned how the DTI would manage to do this despite a reduced budget, to which Pascual replied,
"With difficulty. Money could either come from government or from the private sector. So if government will not provide, we'll try to get private sector support."
Committee on Appropriations Senior Vice Chair Representative Stella Kimbo noted that based on 2020 data, over 99% of the country's business enterprise are MSMEs that employ 63% of the Filipino workforce, making them the main engine of the economy. Jillian Geronimo for The Nation.